we'll wait a minute or two this time. Because last time we were told that people weren't getting notification. People weren't immediately being switched over.
Right.
To the stream. So we're gonna sit here nice and pretty for a minute or two.
Oh god, Crows has a fucking, like, stream starting soon screen.
Oh, wow.
Holy crap.
Nice. They're fancy. Maybe I should join them.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Abdul.
You'd have to get on their face cam.
Like, oh no, see, I'll do the Yoko Taro thing and I'll just wear a hilarious mask.
Oh, okay.
See?
Yeah.
And then, like, then everything will be fun.
You're gonna be sweating your ass off.
So I'm inferring that Abdul has played this game and that makes him awesome.
Yeah, I've owned this game for quite a while.
Yes, you have.
I've never gotten around to it.
Which is fine. Except, like, now nobody can buy this game. So
yeah.
You should.
I mean, you can, but not on Steam.
Not on Steam, no. I mean, I'm sure you could buy a key off like even Amazon.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Like legitimately. it's legitimate, but yeah, you cannot buy it through the Steam store anymore.
Yuka says this is a game I've heard of once. Yeah.
I don't know how to take that.
Is that a giant sword or a building in the background there?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, Abdul is pointing out that the game this game is very weird because this is clearly a game where Squaresoft allowed the developers to kind of do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
It has a lot of really cool shit that doesn't really like go with like standard game design.
This is before the break the mold letter.
This was like 2013, I think. So maybe no, because that was that other game.
The break the mold letter was the famous decree that followed The World Ends With You.
That's the game.
Where they were like, no more being creative and going in new directions. We need to make all the money.
Well, you should drop Square Games Button, but this is a really good game. But yeah, so this game has among other things, this game has a thing where like the things you do in the game actually affect how hard the last boss is.
Yeah.
On two layers. Like, the stronger you are, the stronger the last boss is. But there are events you can do in the game that prevent the boss from getting his hands on things that he will use to fight you in the final battle.
Okay.
So if you stop him from getting those things, he doesn't have them. The game becomes a lot easier. So
Alright.
It's interesting. And
It's
if you do all of the things, you unlock his like super duper like ultra hard mode.
It's like opposite Breath of the Wild.
Kinda, yeah.
Let's see, what is this? Duke Nukem got the same problem. You can't buy the Atomic Edition, only the Butcher World Tour Gearbox made.
Huh. Interesting. I never played Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah.
I played the old side-scrolling Duke Nukem games. And I own Duke Nukem Forever, or whatever that...
Yeah.
Was Forever? Yeah.
The one with the mirrors
the one that took for a million years to come out.
Yeah, and then it was like, really, oh god, we gotta do something about VSync.
Nah.
In the options.
Also, this is the main character, and he's voiced by Johnny Young Bosch.
Ah, very good.
So, be delighted by that.
Yeah.
By his subpar voice acting.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny gives me hope that just my regular talking voice can become famous and make tons of money one day.
That you can just walk into a recording booth and go, all right, here's my read. My name is Ichigo Kurosaki.
Yeah.
Sold!
Yeah.
Here's $10 billion and a truck full of Japanese girls.
Yeah, pretty much. We might want to turn subtitles on after this.
I didn't turn on subtitles.
Oh, okay. He just didn't talk.
Well, he's been talking. And there have been subtitles. You're just not seeing them for
some
reason.
Okay. No, yeah, I was looking at the...
See?
Oh, there it is,
There's subtitles right there.
I was looking at the chat. Let's see. Here.
So, aesthetically, this game bears a strong resemblance to, like, Final Fantasy XII.
Uh-huh.
And I suppose now it also kind of bears a resemblance to 14, although this came out before 14.
Who the fuck is that tiny Jar Jar Binks?
He's like their equivalent of the Tower or whatever the fuck the 14 version of them are called.
Oh, fucking Lalafell?
Yeah. It's they're like them essentially.
Oh, okay.
So they've got the tiny little guys, and they've got like the big guys. And they got the coolest guys, which are the fucking 4-armed cat people. Oh. They're my favorite. They have because they have 4 arms, they can either quad wield or they can power dual wield. So they either hold 4 weapons. They all use it at the same time.
Oh, or two hands.
Yeah, exactly.
One.
They do like the monkey grip thing.
Two-handed, yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, I was gonna say, why did they just drop it on the floor? But apparently it works on the floor.
Well, it's gonna float up into the air and blow the shit out of things.
Oh, okay.
We are ready, my lord.
He's one of the cat people I was talking about.
All right, nice braids. I like it. Wait, where's his other arms?
They're wrapped around his torso.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
They're cute. He tucks them away. That's neat. Let's see.
What is this?
Fuck you, Johnny.
Let's see. Justin says, judging by your Darkest Dungeon playthrough, we aren't going to see the super hard mode final boss.
Nope. I mean, I don't even know if we're gonna play the game the point of this is just to show Evan that this is a cool game that he's had sitting in his library for a million fucking years.
Yeah.
If you guys enjoy this, I'll keep playing it, but I don't expect anyone to be begging me to play more of this.
Yeah.
Let's
see.
We're here to chill and have a good time. So here's the big striking thing about Last Remnant is it's a JRPG, but it deals with mass combat as opposed to just one party versus another.
Right.
So we've got multiple squads of guys all on this same battlefield.
This UI seems like a lot at first.
Yes.
My eyes are like, whoa, where?
It ends up being a lot.
What's relevant?
It's a lot simpler than you think it is, but it is Square Enix's standard tactic of just making you go, whoa, what the fuck is all this? This is all amazing. So I won't go into detail just because you can't actually lose this fight. You're just supposed to play out a round or two, and then the cool shit happens.
You shot a fireball and then disappeared. Oh, there you are.
Yes, because the game can only load so many things.
Okay.
We should strike at their flank.
Oh god, wait, was that the Jar Jar?
More like a Yoda.
Oh god, friggin' Yuka made me look at Baby Yoda and adorable.
Baby Yoda's pretty.
Yeah, holy shit.
Have you watched The Mandalorian?
No.
You should. It's really good. It's got.
But I don't have Disney Plus.
I mean, you can find this. You're a creative. I mean, failing that, maybe. I mean, you might be able to find it within you to pay $6 a month.
Is it only $6 a month?
Yeah, it's really cheap.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's cheap right now.
Oh.
If Disney's enemies ever falter, they'll undoubtedly jack up the price.
Oh, okay.
And I wouldn't put it past Disney to, pretty quickly, come up with a premium membership.
Yeah. Right.
Did you want to watch more than seasons, 1 through 3 of Recess? You want to watch the other 3?
Yeah.
I'll just pay another $8 a month.
Subscribe to Disney Plus Mouse Mode Edition.
So now the cool thing happens.
He's got a glowing iPad. Is that a Scouter?
It is not. It is a Remnant.
Oh, it syncs up. Okay. Probably could have just floated it here instead of making the cattle drag it.
No, because you can't. You'd have to keep it activated the entire time.
All right, here we go. That okay. It called down the thunder.
It did.
Oh shit! Whoa!
Yeah, and it actually work. You actually get to use that, and it works exactly the same way. It attacks the entire battlefield. It'll typically wipe out all the unions that are on the field at once.
And it protects the user in a hand. Or no, he didn't use it.
No, that's Johnny being Johnny.
Oh, okay. So that necklace protects him. All right.
Maybe.
Arena? Who are you?
That's what I should be asking you.
Wait, hold on.
So Johnny's looking for his sister. He's not actually named Johnny, but that's what I'm calling him.
Yeah, I call him Johnny and everything.
Johnny's looking for his sister, and he somehow confused a woman who looks nothing like his sister for his sister. And now he's surprised.
Well, that necklace probably gives you amnesia when it activates or something.
It's not. She's like a 40-year-old woman who doesn't even have the right hair color.
Oh.
He's looking for like his 16-year-old like brunette sister.
Oh, okay.
But that's Johnny.
Is that you, Blockter? I'm fine.
Your
I
name's
can see a
Blotcher.
light in the distance.
Yes, Abdul,
That should
and
be the way out.
Abdul's saying that the Gayborg, the giant cannon thing, is dumb in big fights, and it is. And
Huh.
one of the optimal strategies is try and set things up so you can get Gayborg off as many times as you can.
Oh,
Because
so are there conditions that you have to meet to fire it?
yes.
Well, that could be kind of cool if you have to secure enough space around the thing in skirmishes to allow it to...
What if I told you that had nothing to do with it?
Oh.
What if I told you that the game does not tell you these conditions at all?
Oh.
And what would I tell you? How would you feel if I told you that this is a Saga game?
What? Really?
Yes.
What?
This is made by Kawase.
What?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
It's got the sparking, and it's got the battle ranking,
Oh,
and it's got
God.
all the same shit.
Well.
But now he's got a budget, and it's awesome, even if it's kind of indecipherable.
Okay.
What's your name?
So that's one of the reasons I adore this game. It is all the janky bullshit of Saga Frontier,
Yeah.
but it's got a budget. It's got a budget, and it's actually a really good
So
game.
you're looking for your sister?
Like in spite of the jank, and in spite of the Johnny,
Speak!
because Johnny's really bad in this game. But thankfully, it's like a Final Fantasy 12 kind of situation where he's not really the main character. He's just kind of there for like, you know, Japanese like assholes to pretend to be. David, the guy with the eye patch, he's actually like the real protagonist when you get down to brass tacks, and he's awesome. I love David.
Apparently.
So see, that's his sister.
Oh, okay.
That is the girl he confused.
Listen. If you just use if you put on a helmet and then you confuse the hair color, because sometimes brunette can look kind of blonde in the light, you know.
No,
The facial structure might be kind of the same.
The 16-year-old girl who is shorter than him and wearing primarily blue can easily be confused for the gray-haired 40-year-old swordswoman who is taller than him and is primarily wearing green. It's like exact.
So apparently, David equipped with the AP bonus remnant, and you can fire the gay bulg in 3 turns.
I believe that.
And is this exactly like 12?
It is nothing like 12.
Okay.
It has some very like basic like aesthetic kind of similarities, but no. So after we're done with the cutscene, we'll get into the actual combat system, and I'll show you. Personally, I like it better than 12. Although it takes a little bit of time to kind of adjust to the mindset you need for this game. But it's fun. I like it a lot.
Wait, is this live or is this a recording?
This is that is a recording from the parents.
Okay, yeah, but they reacted to it as though... Alright, I was just curious.
Dad's never been good at keeping track.
Oh, she meant the main character is a generic boy who's not really the main?
Kinda, yeah.
He's the Vaughn.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying by it's like a 12 sort of thing.
Yeah.
David is like the real protagonist. He's the one who gets all the shit going, and Rush is just kind of there to, like,
You know it.
be like, come on, David, friendship.
Yeah.
Or Rush is there to be like, fuck logic. I'm gonna go punch that invincible guy in the face. And everyone's like, Rush, no! And he's like, Rush, yes! That's like every interaction.
This is... Hold on, Alex. The funniest joke I've ever heard just happened in chat, okay?
What was that?
Botan says... Doesn't sound like gay bulg. More like the gay ball.
Ah.
Oh, I like it.
Something Irish spirit.
See, I think that that's humorous, but that's not politically correct, so we don't condone that. And it should not be laughed at or pointed out in chat.
I mean, it's Gaelic.
Oh, you chopped the necklace off of her? Okay.
He was like judo chop.
So these fucking guys... Okay.
Have you never seen a giant flying demon chair?
Yeah, and then they got their... Oh, shit. Oh, no! I thought something was gonna happen. Oh, wait, he's glowing. Never mind. Never mind.
He kind of looked like he just screamed himself.
Yeah, and then passed
into
out.
a coma.
But he clearly has entered his dormant angelic mode because he's actually half Soul Reaper, half Quincy, half Hollow, half a Fullbringer. I saw his green eyes. Now you can't trick me. You're a Super Saiyan, and it's all dormant, and you're the special, aren't you?
You know, what's actually pretty neat and funny about this game is that they give you the tools to figure out the twist with him fairly early on, and then he himself eventually figures it out, and he just kind of goes, huh. And he doesn't really address it. And it's not until like the very end of the, like literally the last cutscene, that the rest of the party is like let in on the knowledge, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, okay.
And you're like, "I figured that out like 12 hours ago."
Yeah, Justin, we don't condone balls. We're a
weird,
square household.
It's a weird degree of like, it's weirdly restrained for a JRPG, and I really dig that. All right, so now we get to actually play the game.
Okay.
Alright, I can't access the option menu yet.
Oh no.
Because we're in like super tutorial mode.
Alright,
So
is that a save crystal?
That's a chest.
Oh, what? Alright.
Yeah. So basically, like the world of Last Remnant uses these things called remnants. They're like they're like items that people bind to themselves, essentially.
Okay.
These are like really common ones. They just have like, you know, shit inside of them.
I'm understanding that as the stupid artifacts from a Kamiga Kill. Where you form the bond with it or something?
That's the high-end stuff, like the Gable. So
right.
there are really powerful remnants. Oh, they're making me forget to make me equip shit. Oh, the main slot. So thankfully there was a sword in that chest, so now I was able to equip a sword.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the high-end stuff, like the Gable, you form a contract sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then you can use the superpowered gun that blows up battlefields. That's what the eye patch is for, actually. The eye patch is like the actual thing that Devine wears, which lets him control the ship.
So this is super nitpicky and doesn't matter.
Let's do this.
But my artistic eye dislikes the fact that there is water running down several parts of the wall, but it does not collect and flow out of the cave in like a stream. There's just pools on the floor that are disconnected from the water on the wall.
Deal with it.
And it's weird.
So the way combat works is you divide your party up into unions. Unions are a weirdly, needlessly complicated name for like squads, essentially.
Okay.
Every round you get 4 randomly generated orders that you can give to your entire squad, not to individual people.
Okay.
And they're kind of broadly named things like give support and lower their morale. But thankfully, if you hit the X button, which the game does not tell you, you can see specifically what abilities that your party members are actually going to do.
Oh, okay.
What this effectively means is you want to make... You can theoretically make like well-balanced parties where you have like a healer and a magic user and so on and so forth in every party, in every single union. But what you actually what you really want to do is you want to make specialized squads, because characters can only do things, can only follow orders that they have the corresponding abilities for. So if you have an order that says use Mystic Arts, and you have like 3 fighters in the union,
yeah.
only the one guy with a magic spell is going to use his magic spell. The others are just going to use their basic attacks.
Okay.
Whereas if you have an entire union of magic users and you say you give the order use Mystic Arts, they will all cast a spell.
Okay.
So because of that, we actually need to go into.
So I'm trying to intuit everything that's going on with the battle system.
You're not going to be able to.
And so far I don't know what a deadlock is.
A deadlock is when two unions, are locked in combat with each other.
Oh, okay.
We don't need lotions.
And then
we don't need explosives.
hang
we don't
on.
need shards. We don't need traps. Yeah. So I had to purge Rush of all of his superfluous shit. And actually, let me see if I can turn on that anti-aliasing. Do I have...
Potent suggests that this is a world in which you can go to a shop and buy your very own Horcrux. I'm down. Fucking Voldemort, like...
Dude, you can't say his name on stream.
Oh god! He who shall not be named! I'm sorry.
Now we're demonetized.
Right?
We're demonetized.
Something's wrong.
So I was gonna say, so that whole randomly generating orders thing is
Yeah.
what leads to a bit of randomness with, like, so characters like Devine have remnants,
Yeah.
and they can use those remnants if in battle if they're leading a party. But there are specific conditions, usually like X amount of enemies on the field. You may or may not have to be deadlocked with an enemy. You need to have like that individual squad's morale at a certain point,
Yeah.
which is separate from the overall battlefield morale, which you'll see at the top of the screen.
Yeah, I was also going to say that's the other thing that I'm trying to piece together how this works, and I'm getting increasingly confused.
So see, the two teams ran into each other straight on, so we're deadlocked.
Okay.
If we had a second team, we could have them creep up behind the guy, and we could ambush them.
Fucking nobody can hit anything.
Yeah. Well, that's scripted.
Oh.
So now we're getting this command like, what is this power?
So you can trigger critical status. Oh shit! Oh shit! You're fast.
Yes. So yeah, Rush's little pendant thing lets him fuck with time.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
It's a time deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Freaking. All right. Abdul says Rush sucks with psionics. Just focus one-handed and give him a big shield. He said he's gonna backseat the shit out of you.
I like psionics on Rush because morale control is really integral to the late game, and you get so few characters who naturally learn psionics in this game. But I team up Rush with Paris, and like I just morale the shit out of people all day long. It's awesome.
Seeing you
So-
safe is apologetic.
And in parentheses,
Respectfully, fuck you, Emily.
in parentheses, he said, "And you do get artillery squads." I don't know what that means.
There are you can set up squads. There are certain abilities, mostly evocations, which can be used without getting locked into combat.
Aye.
So you could conceivably arrange a squad to specialize in those abilities and have them like bombard, a squad from a distance.
Oh, okay.
I normally don't set things up intentionally that way, just because the randomness, of how your orders come up can fuck with that. And also, the placement of squads is kind of like superfluous. You have no way of telling where squads are going to be moving, and you have no way of like manually moving your squads other than telling them to like get out of a deadlock. So your artillery squad is going to get locked in pitched combat sooner or later.
Okay.
And there's just nothing you can do about it other than have them keep retreating. So
All right.
it's not a tactic I use very often. I usually have a couple of guys who have evocations, and they use them from a distance if the situation allows, but I don't count on it.
Thanks a lot. I chased that weird flying thing here, but I didn't have.
So
a
the
clue
cat
where
people
to go
are my
next.
favorite because I love their whole
Hey, if I've got
quad
an
wheel.
important guy like
Do they
power
keep
dual
the
thing.
the other hands tucked in, not to freak out the two armies, or?
I mean, they never get into it.
It's weird because it's weird. I find it a little weird that they don't let them free hang like their main arm or their upper.
Just in reference, Lord Moldybutt, which is the Billion Mandy
Indeed.
equivalent of Lord Voldemort.
John Riddle or Tom Riddle. I'm
Tom,
sorry,
yes, Tom Riddle.
I forgot.
Tom Riddle is Lord Voldemort.
Yeah, all right. Wait, how did
Come on, Dave. Let's
that work again? Where did the fucking V come from?
Have you no manners? That is no way to address the Marquis of Athlum.
Because I thought it was an anagram, but I'm like, wait, there's no V in Tom Riddle.
It is an anagram. I forget. Because it doesn't straight turn into Tom Riddle. I believe there's like an actual sentence.
Oh, it's like
I don't remember what it is.
Tom Riddle was very something. Something with a V.
His name is spelled with a silent V.
Yeah. Tom Riddle.
It's Tavom.
Yeah.
Tavom.
T-O-V-M.
There you go.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Did you think
forearms.
that, Abdul? I love Devine from moment one. I was like, why the fuck aren't I playing as this guy? But then, like, by the end of the game, you realize that you basically are playing as Devine. He does all the cool stuff. He makes all the cool speeches, and he's got the gun that blows up battlefields.
Oh, that's a big old sword.
Yep. The Valeria Heart, I believe it's called. It's a giant sword remnant.
Fucking his outfit.
Thankfully, he doesn't stick with that outfit very often.
I don't like it. Like, I don't like the purple vest with the blue over sleeve thing that just clips at the top only for no reason. Like,
Rush, we have prepared a room for you within the castle.
I want him to fold the top ones and use the bottom
You
ones.
must want to rest.
I
Just like,
I think it would look kind of weird, just because because his shoulders and stuff,
yeah,
you know, are attached to the top ones.
yeah.
So he would just have these weird like waist arms.
Yeah.
But yes, I would have loved for them to do more with that whole thing.
Yeah.
Like just have him like, you know, idly gesturing.
Yeah.
He has somebody who's like Torgal, you can't do you can't wear that to dinner, and he puts out like all four arms like, what the heck, man? You said it was formal dress.
I want it to be a camera shot of him just above the two arms, and he's giving you directions, and he goes, "Oh yeah, it's that building over there," but he doesn't move, and you're just like, "What?" Right over there, I'm pointing to it, and then it looks down, and just
like
his little arm is like pointing.
Or he's like, let me think, and like his bottom arms like reach up and start like stroking his chin.
Yeah. Oh man.
I would love shit like that. Yes, that'd be amazing.
Let's see. Justin wants to know if we saw the Game Awards. Disco Elysium got award for Best Narrative?
I saw him say that, and I'm shocked. But I'm happy because Disco Elysium sounds fucking cool. I think it's actually on sale right now. I've been wanting to buy it.
There was some dumb crap that I assumed was a joke, but people were being like pointing it out anyway. Where at the awards, the Disco Elysium guy like thanked the authors of Marxism in his speech or whatever when he got the award.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I bet that went over well.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, people were like, "Oh, communism," but yeah, like I didn't look into it, but I was like, okay, this is.
I thought 30% of the country was totally cool with Russia right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Abdul says David is super cool.
No, he's Devine.
Yeah, I know. But
Although Rush calls him Dave, which is
yeah.
weirdly endearing.
Don't know Rush's background, so I was asking why would a Marquise be so helpful to this random bumpkin who?
Yeah, I was actually gonna just say that. So like Rush totally lucks out and comes across this kingdom where the Marquis and his like his like four legendary generals are totally on board with just running off and helping this dude with his like random shit.
Yeah.
But there actually are reasons sort of laid out.
That fishman's giant forehead tumor it draws my eye. I can't stop looking at it whenever he's on screen.
Yeah. They're called like the Yama, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So so yeah, you have the different races. You have the Mitra, I think they're called, which are the humans, and the Yama, which are the fish people. And then there's the Sovani, which are the cat people, the formed cat people. And there are these big lizard guys, and there's these little lizard guys. They're two separate races, and I can't remember what either of them are called, because pretty much all the principal characters are the previous three races.
Okay.
So I forget, but yeah, they all have different characteristics, and some of them even have like racial specific weapons. So like the Sovani have like will have like the quad wielding weapons, like the 4 sets of swords
Yeah.
that all come together in a single bundle. And the Yama can equip these like fucking enormous like great swords that normal people can't even pick up.
Right.
So there's a lot of neat stuff like that I feel like gives the game a lot of flavor.
Bowden is reporting an alleged salty look from Kojima when Miyazaki won Game of the Year with Sekiro. So,
Having famous parents isn't all bad, you know.
The No More Heroes 3 trailer? Did that get something? Why are we giving awards? Are we giving awards to trailers now?
no, I mean, they probably just played it.
Oh, maybe.
Wait, Abdul, is that a helmet or is that just part of his head?
Go ahead.
Why are you asking Abdul?
Because he said it's called a helmet.
Oh.
Does he have a helmet covering a massive forehead tumor?
Well, I thought you were talking about his like fish fin thing.
No, it's not about the thing in the front.
Oh, yeah, he's got a
Leaf and a half.
But either way, it's like that protrusion on his forehead like makes me look at it.
It is a group prone to secrecy. You're a lifesaver, Emma.
Is it just me or does this dialogue
It's
move?
uncertain
Like
when
the
or if
pacing, it's kind of
the
slow.
message will get to the
They
headquarters
pause too long between.
Of course.
I think it's the issue of dubbing something over,
Yeah, probably.
because you have to like, especially when you're trying to match like lip movements and stuff, you have to try and you have to try and
Yeah.
match the cadence.
May take some
That's
time.
why like Metal Gear, like the early games, has like such like
Till then,
awkward like dubbing.
I will
Right.
assist you by any means necessary. Sounds good to me.
All right.
So now we get some more gameplay.
It's much more polite to look away. Yeah, right. I mean, the fact that it's the main purpose of his helmet is to protect that like part of his forehead. Is it like, does he have an exposed brain? Is that his big red weak spot button?
No, this is just he likes it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you have against him? So Devine is also the coolest guy in the game because at any point, if we forget what we're doing, like say you stop playing this game for 3 months and you come back and you have no fucking clue where you are.
Yeah.
You just talk to him. And he's like, hey, remember how we were gonna go do that thing? You should go do that thing.
I think all games need that.
Right?
Seriously.
I fucking love that.
I tried to play. I started playing Valdis, like Abyssal City, I think the game is called.
I think I've played that for like 5 minutes.
But it has no recap system of any kind at all.
Oh yeah.
And it's a Metroidvania full of side quests and it doesn't give you a map marker of where you're supposed to go sometimes. So I come back to it, and there's no marker on the map, and I'm just supposed to go somewhere in the world, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm done.
Yeah. The Witcher 3 has like the exact opposite problem because to cover up the lengthy load screen that would result like every time you load a save file, they give you a very in-depth recap of like everything you've done up to that point.
What the hell did you just do?
Oh, so I use my Magic-a-Jigger to stop time.
Oh.
Which allows me to engage multiple groups of enemies simultaneously.
Oh, okay.
Because since this is Saga style, every battle you fight adds to your little hidden counter, which raises your battle rank, which means you end up fighting tougher enemies, but that does not directly correspond to your stats.
Okay. It's just the number of battles?
It's essentially, yes. I mean, it's more. Nothing in Saga games is ever that simple, but
yeah,
we're gonna pretend it is for the sake of argument.
I mean, yeah, but either way, that seems like a bad correlation to do.
No, a bad correlation to do was to make it so that like you need to spend hours having your party members hit each other to raise their hit points.
Yeah.
Stats. Remember, this is Kawazu, and Kawazu doesn't deal with problems the same way that you and I do. He has his own very weird like way of thinking.
Oh, hold on! I just remembered talking about Metal Gear and Kojima.
Also, Botan says it was clearly a skull cap that Blocker was wearing.
Yeah. He likes how in Dragon's Dogma your pawn reminds you of the quest if you don't do it or forget about it. I didn't play Dragon Saga.
Man, I fucking love Dragon Saga.
Okay.
That was actually one of the things I wanted us to LP like right off the bat when we started this channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, we still might someday.
But
It's a really fun game. It's like Monster Hunter meets Dark Souls, kind of.
let me hold on. Let me look this up because you reminded me with Kojima.
Winner's the one who strikes first.
Yeah. So a new. First of all, for anyone that didn't know, there's totally a Metal Gear movie like in the works.
You're a Metal Gear movie.
Kojima said he wanted to do one back in 2006, and everyone thought it was like a fool's hope. But it's
I mean, Kojima's been saying for many years
that he wants to do film.
Yeah, that he really wants to do film. That's why he's been trying to, establish, ties to the film industry.
So like 13, 14 years later, we find out that someone just submitted a draft script for Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Jordan Vogt Roberts is directing, and he tweeted that
Keep it
the
together.
current script, which is that one,
Gotta suck it up
is,
and dump these
quote,
guys.
full of Kojima quirk and full military surrealism, end quote.
I'm not sure if I can trust it when someone assures me that it contains characteristics of another person.
Well,
It's like how literally every Kickstarter for a retro style RPG says, it's like Chrono Trigger meets Final Fantasy IV meets Dragon Quest meets literally like they just list like every single popular RPG that's ever existed.
it's like Undertale meets Ocarina of Time meets Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is it really?
Yeah,
or are
but-
you just saying that?
That is what he said.
Or like how if you, I mean, I don't know if this is still a thing because I'm not even sure if fucking bookstores are still things. Even I haven't been one of.
Yeah.
But,
I think Barnes and Noble is still a thing.
but like if you go to the fantasies and sci-fi section of a bookstore, like I don't know if it's still, but for a while, like every goddamn book was like, it's like Game of Thrones meets X.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm reasonably certain it's not.
Yeah.
And also, fuck.
So yeah, that was his snippet from Twitter.
Oh, my favorite one was a fantasy series called Dinosaur Knights or something, and it was a fantasy story about like knights who ride dinosaurs instead of horses.
Cool.
And the cover said, "It's like Game of Thrones meets Jurassic Park."
Dinosaurs and horse riding.
Because the only thing that Jurassic Park was about was the fact that dinosaurs exist.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with like genetic engineering,
Yeah.
or, whether or not man should meddle, in what could be seen as God's realm or any of that shit. Just fucking, yep, dinosaurs.
So that was his tweet. He claims it's full of Kojima quirk and full military surrealism.
What does that even mean?
Well, I guess
I know what that means when Kojima says it, because Kojima writes weird shit.
like it means that Psycho Mantis is gonna go, all right, Snake. All the people watching us probably want you to win.
But why are they saying military surrealism like that's a established thing?
Yeah, but
Like, man, I really love the military surrealism genre. I've got I wrote my dissertation, on military surrealism in film.
yeah.
Because there's so many movies that employ that storytelling technique.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, the screenplay for Metal Gear Solid is being written by Derek Connolly, who was the scriptwriter for Jurassic World
Oh.
and also Detective Pikachu.
I was going to say, the good Jurassic Park movie. But I actually did like Pikachu.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. Let me get back to chat real quick.
I mean, I'm sure Abdul's been screeching like, "Oh my God, Alex, you haven't been doing this and that."
Yeah. Let's see. You can cheese... He says... Abdul says you can cheese that by having one squad die before the end of fights. Battle rank increases are reduced significantly if the fight finishes with at least one squad KO'd.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's I find it easier just to, wrangle up a bunch of enemies and just fight the big fight.
Oh, I see here. I think that Botan is suggesting that Kojima-esque means... Kojima quirk, I'm sorry. Means the plot that the plot will be dumb and over the top as always.
Right. And I don't but the thing, like, Kojima-esque implies quality. Because
Yeah.
Kojima can pull that shit off, but other people can't. So it's like how
Sounds more like anti-
like the Deadpool movies are really good.
Whatever they're
But
planning
if you watch some random assholes like Deadpool like video on YouTube, it's gonna be just some jackass prancing around and bugging the shit out of you.
Oh, okay.
It's like, so being quirky and being entertaining while being entertaining is a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there were some fish people without the helmet.
Yes.
And they're just that... It's like those goldfish that just have the bulges.
Yes.
They just have a head like tumor.
A prelude to the cleansing of Athlum. We shall christen our movement with the blood.
So there are people in the world who are not cool with the fact that, remnants exist and give certain people like crazy superpowers essentially.
Okay.
So there's a lot of anti-remnant sentiment floating around, and these guys are trying to make Athlum great again.
Okay.
So we're gonna kick their asses.
I suppose there's naught we can do but fight.
Okay, who is, God damn it. I wanted to make a reference. Who's the Murloc on the League of Explorers in Warcraft?
Sir Murgleton, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, Sir Murgleton, is that you? That's what I was...
I mean, essentially,
Yeah.
he's very cool and cultured, and he eventually gets his own. He can eventually summon his own like flying death robot thing.
Alex, someone who... I won't tell you who asked this, but I'll let you guess. So, an unknown individual asks, who is the Cotton of Last Remnant?
I mean, that depends what you mean by the Cotton. Last Remnant does have the same problem that a lot of Saga games have, where the characters who join late game are at a massive disadvantage compared to characters who join in the early game, because aside from not having a lot of time to use them, there's a guy who you need to be like battle rank like 80 something to get him to join your team.
All right.
I beat the last game I played of this, the save file we're currently using. I beat it at battle rank 60 something. I would have had to grind for hours,
Right.
to get him to join the team, and he's not even very good.
Oh, okay. So it's got to be, I really think that guy's cool and want to play with him.
Essentially.
What? Oh. What did he do? He made a glyph appear over that guy, and then...
It's a magic missile.
Alright.
That's why in the action window it said magic missile.
Okay,
His magic missile is the thing he did.
Yeah, there was a lot on the screen. I must have missed it.
It's up there in the corner.
Oh, there we go.
It tells you exactly what's going on.
I was trying to figure out the everything still. Let's see. You can do something else other than fighting, gas the whole room, and kill the heretics. Yeah. I guess.
Oh, can you? I don't think I've ever. I don't think I've ever done that.
Huh.
I may try that.
Oh wait, no, you died.
I mean, battles can go sideways, especially at the early part of the game when you don't have
Yeah.
resources available to you. But yeah, I always just fight the battle like straight up.
Oh, okay. I mean, that seems cooler.
I mean, that does seem cooler. I'm just not sure how you would do. I mean, I see a couple of side rooms, but I don't really see any way like.
I mean, who do we look like? GLaDOS, Just use neurotoxin.
Deadly neurotoxin.
Yeah, that's right. Not beneficial neurotoxin.
I mean, is it a thing I have to do to? Do I have to go inside the room to make this thing happen, or do? I do not know. I did not know this is an option.
So if, wait a minute. Okay, well this isn't answering the question, but he said so. Squads flank. You can you just hug a wall or the end of the battle arena to prevent flank attacks?
You can't manually move your guys around. You can only tell them go attack this squad or stay where you are, which is part of the problem. Like why the placement in battle isn't as useful as you think it'd be, and it's one of the reasons why like artillery squads aren't like as useful as you'd expect them to be, because you can't just tell your party stay back here and shoot things. You could say shoot that guy, and then like eventually somebody will just walk over and attack him, and you're locked in combat.
Wait, Bowden, were you saying an actual thing you can do, or were you just?
Bowden hasn't played the game.
Oh well,
I thought you were relaying something from Abdul, who has played the game.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Why are you lying to me, Evan?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what's fucking going on with the UI. Let's see.
So a lot of the problems with this battle system come from the fact that, like I said, there are mechanics for like intercepting enemy squads, and you get bonuses for that. But there's no way of telling what an enemy squad is actually going to be doing.
Yeah.
Before the battle round starts.
Oh shit!
You tell your team to do a thing, and at the same time, the enemies are telling their guys to do a thing.
Yeah.
And then everything just kind of happens. So like, someone on the far left of the battlefield might decide to go and attack your squad on the complete opposite end of the battlefield, instead of going for like one of the closer squads.
Oh, okay.
And so there's like nothing you can really do to protect your squishier squad other than hope that they're not the ones who are cooked.
Okay, Bowden says, is there something like an Overwatch to keep sentry of a position if someone would flank you? Because he likes the squad thing, but the whole system seems like it's about flanking.
Even flanking isn't super important in like the hardest fights, because bosses tend to be like single person unions who cannot be flanked, period. Instead they get raid locked, which is like less beneficial, but ultimately like they can just like fucking leave the melee whenever they feel like it and go after your weird squads. The closest thing there is to some kind of Overwatch is there's this play it by ear command, which is exactly what it sounds like. Like the computer will pick a course of action depending on like different factors. Oh, this guy just learned a new move. Oh, it's like him talking with here.
You've got maximum morale. The
other thing is that their healing unions will have a command that's like, you know, keep their. I forget how it goes. They have a command where they'll essentially hang around and wait. They won't make a decision on what they're going to do until somebody gets hurt, and then they'll go and heal that person. But yeah, there's no actual like Overwatch or anything.
Okay.
There you go. So this time the battle swung my way, because before they all ganged up on the one union and I got fucked.
Okay.
And this time it didn't happen, so I won. There's a bit of RNG in this game. It is. The RNG gets reduced a lot once you have real like squad sizes and whatnot, but yeah, these tutorial areas can be a little bit artificially difficult because of that.
Okay. Yeah, Justin, it's a little bit of sensory overload with the UI. But
That's like everybody's complaint.
I'm slowly adapting to it.
I'm gonna have to show you Romancing Saga 3 one of these days. Because that has like 6 scenarios that start perfectly normally, and then there's like 2 that are like that just throw you into like a fucking like army battle, like in a game you were not expecting to have like wide scale combat. And they're like kind of impossible to beat if you don't know what you're doing.
Huh.
It took me longer than I'm willing to admit, because I haven't played that game in forever and I kind of forgot how that works.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go to the other place we were told we could go. And this time we've got block
Oh,
doors.
you've got squads. You got different squads.
Yeah, well, Pegasus is gone, so now I've got block doors.
Okay.
So I don't really feel like this is needed, but the basic purpose of this part of the game is to just kind of show you that there are like physical squads and there are magic squads. So Pegasus's little area is geared towards magic squads because he himself is a caster, and he gives you an orb that just lets you use magic because shut up, that's how it works. Whereas Blockter is a physical guy, so he hits things, and so we just have our sword to hit things.
Foten says, yay, we
pretty
killed
cool.
civilians who didn't agree with our point of view.
Well, we killed cultists. We left the civilians alone. And the cultists are assholes. They're always like showing up and like fucking up like the world by, you know, killing people and spreading anti-remnant rhetoric and shit. Like, fuck those guys.
Alright, we got Blotcher.
Blockter.
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought the person in the intro said Blotcher.
No, they said Blockter.
Oh, okay.
There's no H in his name. It's yellow C.
Oh, okay.
Like a Duplo. So yeah, he does have a cap.
Yeah.
It's quite jaunty.
I mean, if you have a forehead that big, having a cap seems like a good idea.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Blockter is he's a giant fucking dude, and he uses a tiny little like one-handed like he uses like a normal person-sized axe, so it's all like tiny in his hands.
Yeah.
Whereas like most of the other Yama that you get that you recruit in the game will be using like ginormous weapons. I don't know why that's a thing. It just does.
You bypassed the battle and got a cutscene.
Well, yeah, you can be a little meta because the only way to cancel out of your little time stop thing is to either let the time expire, or to activate the combat, or to leave the area, or trigger a cutscene.
Yeah.
So you can judiciously use it
Slaves?
just to straight up bypass a fight. But if you just try to run past them, more often than not, enemies will catch up with you, because enemies are way faster.
Have to introduce ourselves to the likes of you.
He has a slight...
Look at how tiny his axe is.
Yeah, but that thing's light in his hands, man. That's going to
what-
be super...
That's what I'm saying.
super easy to wield.
He's a huge dude.
But he's going to be quick. He's going to have the speed.
He's a fucking Wookiee, and he's got like a regular person. And that guy too. He's just got like a regular person club. It's just, I just like it.
Yeah.
Like there are Yama who have weapons that are like the size of you.
He kind of has an accent that's sort of... It feels like you'd say man at the end of every sentence.
You talking about Blocker?
Yeah.
He does have a bit of a something.
He went, we don't have to introduce ourselves to the likes of you. And in my brain it said, man. Yeah, he can throw it super hard. That's right. The lighter weapons. Don't underestimate the wieldability of small weapons. Gives you a whole different edge in combat. Edge, because it's a blade.
Indeed.
Aha!
You know, I'd meant to tell you this over dinner.
Yeah.
But the Switch, the Super Nintendo thing on the Switch, they added some new games.
Ooh.
One of them was Breath of Fire 2,
Oh, nice.
which I haven't played in forever.
Yeah, it's been ages.
And as a side note, I forgot that the bad guy's name was Death Evan,
Oh, that's right!
which is hilarious.
That's right, I forgot that I was there.
But I forgot how fucking grindy the beginning of that game was. Because, like, you start the game and you have your two party members, and that's kind of it. Like, all the enemies give, like, hardly any XP.
Yeah, yeah,
and hardly
it's-
any money. And, like, you literally start the game with, like, $5, and the equipment upgrades cost, like, freaking, like, 200.
Yeah, I
like, a
remember.
piece.
And it took... Yeah, you had Ryu and Fat Dog.
Bo, yes.
Yeah, and Bo took a bit of time to get off the ground and start being useful, I found.
He does get a healing spell pretty quickly, but yeah, like your party's not great in the beginning because Ryu can't do anything but hit things.
Yeah, the Guts does nothing.
So, and your first boss fight, I'm losing on it. Your first boss fight is against the 3 harpies. So that's
Yes.
like those are three enemies who outspeed you and outnumber you, and
Yeah.
who all who focus down one party member at a time.
Yeah.
So as far as I could tell, and I mean, I remember thinking this when I was a kid, but now I have the hindsight. Now I have now I'm like a knowledgeable like RPG player who knows how to strategize and shit. As far as I can tell, the only thing you can really do is just like plop down in front of like the free like grinding like fountain,
Yeah.
and just grind until you're like level 5.
Yeah.
and then the fight's a pushover. But if you try it at like level 4, you're fucked.
Yeah, I remember that fight being really hard until it wasn't.
Yeah. I was working out while I was playing it. I was on my exercise bike, so
Okay.
I know exactly how long it took for me to get from the start of the game, the start new game, from pushing that button to finishing that boss fight. It took me a total like 40 minutes. And most of that was just grinding.
Actually,
the stupid fountain.
yes, Justin had the insight that the fight is probably really hard because it's 3 cottons.
No, they're 3 cute harpy girls. I actually really like that fight because it's weirdly cinematic. Because like all the harpies really want to eat Ryu.
Yeah.
Because he's a hot guy.
Yeah,
So like they all focus fire on him because they're trying to kill steal from each other.
Yeah.
And then like round 2, they're like, "What the fuck? You bitches are always stealing my food." And
Yeah.
they start attacking each other.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then they go back to like, just, you know what? Fine, we'll share.
Yeah.
And then they start attacking you. And then that's when it gets hard. It is very amusing. It's a fun game, but
Yeah.
I remember that being like really bullshit when I was a kid, and it's still bullshit.
The only thing, my most prominent memory from that game is every time I would die and drop a transformation, I would go all the way out of the final dungeon, put it back on, and then go in. Like, I had to go through the whole thing because I'm not gonna finish with somebody in their scrub form.
That's why you had to fuse Nina and bring her along, and
Yeah.
just use her move that like I think it was like an insta death move or something.
Yeah.
Which actually had a pretty decent success chance.
Yeah.
Or you just tried running from like every fight
Yeah.
because you can't survive. Also, I'd forgotten, but like they have the deal where the dragon is like sealing in the evil shit into that cave,
Yeah.
but it's not physically sealing anything. It's just like curled up in front of
Yeah,
the
it
cave.
just sits in front of the cave.
Yeah, basically like a cat. So like,
Yeah.
it seems to me like if enough bad guys like just tried it, they could just like push the sleeping dragon out of the way,
Right.
Because it's just the dragon's head.
Well, didn't it petrify itself or something?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? Okay, I thought it did a thing to enter sealing mode.
I mean, it doesn't look petrified.
Okay.
It's got coloration and stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
So, I mean, maybe that's some lore that they drop like later on in the game. But
Yeah.
it's like not stone colored. It's like
Yeah,
like
okay,
normal, like,
okay.
Sweat it.
I was gonna say flesh tones, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like it's got like normal coloration. I don't know, just amusing.
Yeah, Abdul.
Also, did you see Rush is amazing? Like,
Yeah. Abdul, the Harpies are in Breath of Fire 2.
oh yeah, we got sidetracked and we're talking about the Fire too.
And yeah, I would love 3 cute Harpy girls to fight over me.
I mean, they want to eat you, so like literally eat you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's Last Remnant. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool and fun, and if you were lucky enough to buy it before they fucking took it off the Steam store, you should totally play it.
Yeah.
And if you have a Switch, you can still pay Square Enix for the privilege of playing it.
I on a related note, I also discovered that I have 2 other unlisted Steam games now, which will eventually share with you. So, you know, there will be a mystery in however many weeks. You know, so look forward to that.
Indeed. Anyway, I think we're gonna move on to a different game now.
Yeah.
So we'll see you. I'll see you guys.
Keep it here.
later.
We'll be right back.